Hi guys, and welcome to episode number 5 of Steve Cockerell's Unedited Run Chat. This will be my road back to fitness. Um, I think it's definitely a road back to fitness at the moment. It's the first time I've done one of these in a month, and to be honest with you, it's the first time I've actually felt like it. Things have been what they are. I've had to really do a lot of thinking over the last month or so because things haven't been right, whether it's my running or whether it's personally work, COVID related as well. As in my wife and my son got COVID as well, which really highlighted a few things to me, and it just showed what really mattered. Um, I'll bring that up in a little while. But actually, I got my first run in, which is good. Showed some earlier videos on Facebook, which is was it 2.3 miles? But that's irrelevant. I got a run in. My leg is relatively okay. I'll say it's not pain as such, but it's just like a dull ache. I think that's just because I haven't run on it for a month, and obviously having an injury, not running on it for a month is probably just going to take some getting used to again. But yeah, I'll let you see the videos and the pictures, and then I'll go into a bit of discussion. So I am going to cover off COVID, mental health, and yeah, what the plan is going forward. Hard to believe at the minute, but I'm actually running. It's a very slow one. Even though it's very slow, I'm breathing really heavy, really unfit. Leg feels good. The only thing I feel is that the fact that I haven't actually run for a while. But no pain, which is good. Certainly can start building up again. I'll have to work out later on how long it is since I've been my last run. And actually my last YouTube episode as well. I think there's been a lot which has gone through my mind since then. And I think that's going to be the next episode. Coming soon, just making sure that one, I get back into the swing of things, and two, I really address what the true problem is. Cheers guys. Well, that's it. First run done. 2.28 miles at 7:47 miling. Irrelevant. I've got a run in. And I'm walking and I'm pain free. Loving it. I'm going to run 26 miles tomorrow. No, that would have been my old mentality, but I'm going to have a rest day tomorrow with plenty of stretching. And then Tuesday, decide whether I do another one of these or do a cross training session. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually buzzing. I can't believe I'm buzzing over a 2.3 mile run. But I'm back and I'm loving it. So they were the videos of my comeback run, and it wasn't pretty. I was sweating loads and I was out of breath, so a bit of work to do, but you know what, it's the name of the game. A lot of people have been very supportive of my first post back for God knows how long, which is good. The running forums have been great, some friends really coming through for me as well, which is fantastic. Some things I want to bring up really, and over the last month I've really been struggling with my mental health, and I think I got to the point where I'm able to share some bits of it and be comfortable with it, because I think for the first time in a long time, I think I need help. I've admitted that I need help to deal with my mental health issues. Suffer with a lot of anxiety, very depressed, and I don't know the reasons for it. There is a lot of things that have been happening, going on in the world, but I don't think it's from that. I think it stems from something a lot deeper. I could probably pinpoint a particular point back in my life, which I think I was about 12 years old. I say I won't go into the details of it, but yeah, there was a point when I was about 12 years old. That was the real start of it, and obviously parents splitting up as well. I think it affects a lot of families. It really affected mine, and I don't think that was a direct result of me getting this, but it's more along the lines of, you know, things spiral from there, and I never dealt with it. And I think a lot of close friends and family really saw what I was going through. Other people wouldn't have a clue. Um, yeah, I mean, I sometimes come across as quite, you know, I can be quite bubbly character. You know, I have a laugh with a lot of you. But actually, recently, I haven't been able to have a laugh, and yeah, I don't know. It's really difficult to explain, and but I think it's time to sort it out. I think it's time to try and deal with it properly. I've had on and off help for a few years now. We're going to counselling sessions, but I never stuck at it. Didn't really think it worked, but to be honest with you, I think for the sake of my family, if anything, I need to do something about it. So I'm really, really open to any kind of suggestion, any particular coping mechanisms that you guys have, any recommendations on people that you see. So I don't know whether you go and see a particular counsellor. Look, I'm really open for discussion on this, because one, is something that just isn't brought up enough, just mental health in general. I think now it's very much accepted that we talk about it, which is good. But there's just the culture isn't changing quick enough, in my opinion. Yeah, and I think work hasn't really helped as well. I mean, I've been going through the mill at work as well. Enjoy my job, I love it. But recently had a grievance taken out against me, which, to be honest with you, it was an absolutely nothing complaint. But then what really got to me was he tried to pull the race card, which anyone who knows me and anyone who works with me knows that that is the last thing that I am. The workforce I work in, so I work in London. It's a very, very diverse workforce. People of all nationalities, genders. There's so many different people that work with me, and I love the fact that it's so diverse. And you know, the fact that I got accused of that, and it really knocked me for six, more than I really, really admitted. I've been cleared of everything, by the way, at work, and that's not, there's no issue at there, and I've had some incredible support from people who I didn't actually expect to give me support, if that makes sense, which is really, really good. I love that. But you know what? It's just, to be labelled that really upset me. And yeah, trying to move on from that, to be honest with you. Few people at work think I've moved groups because of that reason, but to be honest, I got asked to move groups to help with a bad group which needs a lot of work, which is fine with me, not a problem. It's only a temporary move because it's a 6-month move, which then hopefully I'll be going back to 907. If I don't, I don't. It's it is what it is. I'm happy doing the role I'm doing, whatever group it is in London or outside, which is good. But yeah, I mean, working for retail is always going to be a stressful environment. So people who know me I work for Tesco. Very, very good company to work. I mean, despite what people think about Tesco, Sainsbury's, a lot of big retailers, they're a great company to work for. Reliable. Yes, there's a lot of structure changes happening in all retail, but they'll always find something for you. And, I'm forever grateful for that. And my boss, who I doubt will be listening to this, but I owe him a lot more than he knows. So, yeah, incredible, really. But no, there's a lot of things recently which are just, perhaps why I've stopped posting these episodes, because I haven't had the will to do it. But there's just a lot of things like that have been bothering me recently. The fact that I haven't been running and injured as well hasn't helped, because running is always a coping thing for me. And I still don't really know the cause. I mean, it was a quad injury which stemmed from the real top of my hip. I'm not sure if you can see, it's not a great picture, but top of the hip there, all the way down to the bottom of the quad. Yeah, sorry, that's not a great view. I apologise for that. But yeah, it's don't really know what it was. Seems all better now. But you know, not being able to run and all that. I think the cause of it was me trying, me doing a bit of cross training boxing, because I put a lot of pressure, because I'm a right-handed guy. I put a lot of pressure on the right hip to lean back and throw the punches. So it might be a bit of work that I need to do before I take that back up again, if I do. I hope I can do it again, because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to take the fitness thing really slowly, get back into it again, because I realised that, I started to really train well. I was getting some real big runs in, but I need to sustain it, and I've got to listen to the body a bit more. So yeah, that's definitely the next aim for me. I think another thing I want to say something about, and it's still very much there, and I think we've had a massive wake-up call recently in our family, is the impact of COVID. I'm only single jabbed, so I mean, it's my own fault for this, but actually my wife and my son caught COVID recently, and it was a horrible experience. I mean, for me, for God knows how it must have felt for them, but like I said, my wife was double jabbed, and she had the stuffing knocked out of her. She couldn't move. It looked like she had severe flu. My son wasn't much better. He was still able to do things. He was like up and about walking, but you could just tell he had it was like a bad cold. Yeah, I felt so sorry for him. There was nothing you can do about it, and because I was single jabbed, I had to isolate anyway. I thought it'd be tough, but actually it wasn't, because I was looking after my family. And even if I was double jabbed and able to go out to work, I wouldn't have been able to, because we wouldn't have coped. Felt sorry for my daughter as well. She didn't catch it. She wasn't able to go to school because I had to isolate, because I was only single jabbed. There was no one to take her to school, which, so I feel for every parent who has to homeschool, because that is the toughest thing ever, I think. And it really does kind of teach you some things as well, that, what people have to go through in schools and the abuse that they sometimes have to take. Not that my daughter was abusive, she wasn't at all, but it's just like, I can imagine the stick they have to put up with sometimes at schools, and yeah. But anyway, going back to COVID, and it's very much real. There's loads of people saying, trust vaccines, trust this, trust that. My wife was double jabbed and it smashed her to pieces. It's very much there, guys. I mean, I'm still going around with face masks. I'm still distancing. Our work's taking it very seriously. We're not even doing face-to-face meetings at the moment. Well, big group meetings anyway. Yeah, we're meeting up with people, but not in massive face-to-face environments. Yeah, and it just makes you think that, one, I need to be there for my family. Two, it's kind of shaken me into gear, if you like, to get some help to deal with all the other stuff that's going on in my life. Yeah, and I don't know, I think, I want to say that there's some friends that there's been some really supportive friends for me over the years, some that I've really lost contact with, and I shouldn't have done. I need to renew that again. But there's some so-called friends who have just like, yeah, it ain't happening again, guys. Let's put it that way. But no, I mean, something just really has hit me the last month, and I'm pulling through it, but I need help to get through it. So I'm going to end the episode there because, like I said, I don't want to keep rabbiting on about it, and it's something that I do want to take seriously. So, as I've said, I am open to so many suggestions, whether it's just talking to people, whether it's actually going to specific sessions, whether it's, you know, a run to go and deal with things, going to the gym, actually specific sessions, or counselling to deal with my mental health issues. I'm open to all of this, guys. So any suggestions that you have, I really would appreciate it. So thanks, guys. Take care, and hopefully I won't leave it so long to do another episode because I've really enjoyed doing it. So I know some people have asked for it as well. So okay, guys, have a good one. Have a good week. Bye.